Happy New Year, everybody. Brett Simmons with the agency here for what is the beginning of a beautiful January. But before we look forward into what 2024 may have in store for the real estate market in the Bayside and Kingston localities, let's just take a quick recap on December's results in this month's edition of the Market Wrap-Up. Now, it's important to remember that the market across the board becomes very quiet after around the middle of December, with schools finishing and the festive season coming, really into full swing. It also means that we see a push for auctions over the first few weekends, with sellers are aiming to finalize a sale before the year end. As a result, we've seen some really strong sales numbers throughout the Bayside and Kingston areas for the month of December, given a very limited time frame, with 94 homes sold across Bayside and 204 sold across the Kingston suburbs respectively. So let's talk about what my predictions for 2024 are, what's the overall market outlook and what we can expect to see in the Bayside and Kingston markets. First thing is the sale prices across most of the Bayside suburbs are going to continue to see growth. I mentioned in my last video that in spite of interest rate increases, the luxury market seems largely unaffected. There's no major signs of buyer interest really slowing down here. And hey, good news story coming out of REA Group last month, releasing their top 100 picks for suburbs to watch in 2024, outlining 3 key suburbs in the Kingston locality being Carrum, Cheltenham and Mentone, and I think deservedly so. Carrum in particular, I think has been overshadowed for quite some time and has not really seen the value increases in line with the other neighbouring suburbs in the area like Chelsea or Bond Beach or even Patterson Lakes. Now, Mentone and Cheltenham are typically suburbs of a higher demand and subsequently achieve higher than average prices. But this tends to happen more in the parts that neighbour the Bayside border. The Kingston side or the inner sides have not really seen as significant price increases, and I think we'll start to see more interest and a lot more growth in these areas, specifically through 2024. I don't expect this year to be all sunshine and rainbows. Look, although we got through the last RBA meeting in December with no interest rate changes, I do think we can expect a further rate rise from the next meeting in February, with potentially another before the end of the second quarter. Safe to say, we likely won't see any decrease to rates prior to the fourth quarter at best. This is going to continue to put strain on investors in the market, and I believe we will start seeing a lot more investment properties coming up for sale in 2024. And based on the trend we've already started to see in the last quarter of 2023, it's not new investors, but owner-occupiers that are now picking up these properties at sale. And this is going to continue to put further pressure on the rental market with less availability of properties to meet the growing demand. Now, while this also looks like an ideal opportunity for landlords holding onto these properties to increase rents come the time for lease renewal, landlords should be careful not to go too hard too fast. While yes, this may help to cover the blow from the rate hikes in the short term, tenants are really feeling the pinch right now, and dramatic rental increases will just see people moving out to lower priced properties, even if it's further away, since now so many of us still have the option to work from home and a lengthy commute is really not a consideration anymore. With this market tightening up, we're also seeing the less auction dominant areas of Kingston, like Patterson Lakes and Clarinda and even Clayton South, seeing much higher days on market for properties being sold by private sale. Now, this is challenging for a whole number of reasons, but primarily, the longer the property is on the market, the less a buyer is going to think it's worth. So the key to achieving a great sale price in these areas in 2024 is going to require keeping very flexible and very realistic expectations around price. So look, all in all, I do believe we're in for a very interesting year in 2024. As normal, I think we can expect to see the first quarter perform well all the way through to the upcoming early Easter break. Now, although last year overall saw more or less a flat line of growth for Victoria, I think we can expect 2024 to provide some stability and a return of incremental increases compared to the high levels of volatility we've seen in the previous years. Now, I know this was a bit of a longer video today, but with so much to cover as people start thinking about what their plans are in 2024, I do hope that this video helps you to make some better informed decisions. If you are considering a move this year, be sure to get the right advice. You can book a 15-minute discovery session with me using the link in the description, or it might be in the email that you're viewing this from, and I can help you understand your home's position in the market, price guides, sales strategy, and all that fun stuff. I want to thank you so much for watching. I do hope you all have a very successful and very prosperous 2024, and I will see you in the next video. My name again is Brett Simmons with The Agency, and you are now up to date on your local market.